Deputy McAuliffe.
Yeah, Chair. Look, I thank you for considering the correspondence that I and other members put forward in terms of seeking clarity on this. I don't think there's any member of the House that couldn't say that over the last number of weeks this issue has been raised to them multiple times. And rightly or wrongly, the public believe that when works take place in this House, they believe that there is some political oversight of those works and of the costs associated with them. Now, the facts that have been put in the media so far seem to indicate that this was a decision made entirely within the OPW itself. But I think we have to explore that. We have to find out who the decision makers were. If there was no elected element, no involvement or sign off by elected members on this, we have to ask that question, why? And I think that is a flaw in the system, that works can take place in this building and that there can be no member or no political oversight of that. I think, as we've seen with other issues that have come before the House, is we have to be proportionate here. 335,000 in the context of what we deal with here week in, week out is a very small amount. But I think it strikes to the heart of people's confidence in how the state spends money. And unless we're able to satisfy the concerns of people on this project, people will not have confidence in the state of any political colour in spending money elsewhere. And there's a number of questions I have in terms of the works itself. How were they requested? How were they approved? Who was involved? What was the communications line and all of that? What tendering, or if any, why tendering might or might not have taken place? The works itself, it's very obvious when you're on site, you can see that the shed was built, but there's also groundworks that would appear to connect them to 4 EV chargers that are immediately beside them. Is that included in the cost or not? If it was included in the cost, why was that not detailed in the works? The FOI that was released, or if it's not included, is that additional spend? And I think that all of this has to be teased out and teased out very quickly. I want to thank you, Chair, for suggesting that we would schedule a date, because I think the public want accountability on this, and I think by doing it on the date that you've suggested will mean that we can inquire in full of all the OPW accounts that are come before us, because I think this is about process here as much as it is about an individual thing. People are really, really angry about this, and I would say public reps in this House are as angry as anybody else, because the people who pay the price will be at an election will be the politicians who, it would appear, had no hand, act or part in this. And I don't think any member of this House is prepared to stand by anymore and allow officials make decisions that actually then come back and impact us. I want to be careful what I say, because we have to get to the bottom of the truth first. But people are angry and we have a right to investigate that.
Thanks for that contribution, Deputy.